pretending that everything's all right. So it's about raising awareness and getting everyone to stand up and be counted.
100. Just a quick one on as we touched on the George Floyd point. I mean, Ace got talk. I don't say rest in peace. I say rise in power. Yeah, so rise in power, my brother George Floyd. And I think just to touch on that point quickly, I think what the George Floyd incident actually highlighted is a deeper rooted issue. Yeah. And I've always mentioned Ace got taught. For anyone that's followed my journey, I've been no stranger on radio and on my TV shows to highlight the fact that the mainstream media is very biased. But not only that, I highlighted the fact that we live in a country, the UK, where there is a lot of institutionalized racism, and it is so deep rooted. And just using the George Floyd as an example, it's not just what the police officer himself done, the act, but it was what his colleagues were willing to stand by and just watch take place and have no compassion for no empathy, no sympathy, for no compassion for life itself. And so, like I said, just touching on this subject quickly, is deep rooted not only in just the act of what one individual done, but the fact that other people can stand by and watch that and feel nothing.
It's inhumane.
It's inhumane, and it's not. It doesn't just stop at the officers. It stops at the people that are happy to pull their phones out and stand there and film, and not get involved as well.
But then at the same time, I will say that I'm grateful that the lady did film, so that we got to see what happened. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone ain't a warrior. As I said to you earlier, my brother, everyone ain't a warrior. So some people need to spread awareness, so that the other people who are strong enough to fight can step up and stand for something. You know what I mean? So as much as I'm against the people filming all the bad stuff, I will say that we need to see what's going on.
Brilliant. Big vet.
I do think that is important. It actually reminds me of another thing you always say, Craze always says actually, is about what's the word? It's about people taking, accountability. Yeah.
Definitely.
That's it.
100%.
That's the thing that you touched on. People being accountable for their actions. Definitely. In a sense of when things like this arise, it's like, what are we doing to kind of shape this or change this paradigm where everyone thinks it's acceptable for someone to be treated this way, and that happens. And that's a normality in our society. Nowhere should that be acceptable under any reasoning. And I think it's times like this where people have to show that, what are you going to do? Because this is actually this is the situation now. So what's going to happen? What are you going to do? Not even what's going to be done for us.
But what are you?
What are you going to do?
Where do you stand?
And where do you stand? 'Cause I think that's a big part of how we move forward. Try and progress from there.
Definitely. So once again, we just want to say rise in power. My brother George, rise in power, George.
Sandra Bland, Eric Gardner, all of the fallen soldiers, man. Everyone who's been murdered, by the police force, incorrectly. Real talk.
100%. But the struggle continues, and I'm in good company tonight. It's got taught because we right now are the generation that need to set the pace for the youngers coming up, and you guys have been at the forefront of setting the pace and making sure the platforms are there and on the ground forward to engage youth. Just tell us a little bit. I know you guys had a studio in South Croydon, South London, and I know you've done a lot of music workshops and stuff there. Do you want to tell us what that looks like?
Yeah, it was, as I said, with the music workshops, it was banging because the young people had a chance to engage with something through their medium. And them ones there?
They could relate to.
Yeah, and especially at the time, especially when we opened, they was giving a lot of heat to drill, for example, And at our studio, man could come, they could record drill, they could do whatever they want, in regards to their music creativity. But then they also, at the same time, they have to look at why they're writing what they're writing. They have to look at themselves, and that journey is very informative. And some people wouldn't dare to let it happen. It's almost like they see sometimes what the young people do, and they almost have approach like, oh, no, we don't do that. That's wrong, and they just turn away.
Point the finger.
They point the finger, have a very condemning kind of attitude. But at Always Progress, they're coming in they're learning and we're learning. It's a shared experience, and it changes all of the outcomes. So it's powerful. So then it's good to be able to actually look and be able to say, all right, we've bred this result. He started here, and now this person is doing mentoring to another young person, you know, in this provision now. You know, it's growth. It's all about growth, and it's very...
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Now, Craze, you're a very interesting grime artist, because, like Big Ven said, a lot of artists, they only channel one type of creativity. They talk about, you know, the darker side of their life and some of the things they've experienced. But you're a very unusual artist where, although you have tracks where you talk about some of your personal life experiences and some of the things that you've witnessed growing up as a child, you also write a lot of music that encourages a lot of positivity and a lot of change. I know one of those tracks in particular is Everybody's Got to Learn Someday. So do you just want to tell what inspired you to make that switch, so to speak?
Like we got to stand for something. That's where I come from. Like the same as my brother, the same as most of my brothers, most of my people. We've got to stand for something. Without standing for something, you fall for everything.
Definitely.
So that's my ethos. Like I need to make sure my life is. I'm not here to get married and have kids and settle down. And that's me. I'm here to make change. I'm here to help. I'm here to give back.
Brilliant.
And that's what my life's about.
Brilliant. And it's fair to say you've been doing that 100%. Tell the listeners at home, how can they support the great work that you guys are doing on the ground?
Just stay with us. Like I'm on Instagram. I am Craze24. Every other platform is just Craze24. And just follow the journey. Stay with us. Always you can give.
Yeah, and I'm on Instagram also, and my artist name, which is Big_Ven with 2 N's, so that's VENN at the end, and on also as Always Progress AP as well, and just try and connect as much as possible with us to anything in regards to bettering the outcomes of young people, or even creatively, musically, all of that. Just it's about connecting and making sure that we can work together for progress.
Brilliant. I want to thank you guys, man. To, you know, short, sweet, sharp, to the point, all with it. Before I go, I got a couple of questions that I want to ask you. I was doing a little bit of research before I come on online, and I'm not going to ask you nothing too personal, but this is I found this little blog, 5 things you didn't know about the UK rapper Craze24. So I let one of them out of the bag. You got 15 brothers.
I've got a lot of siblings.
Yeah, and also Stylo G is your cousin.
Yeah, Stylo G is my cousin.
Brilliant. So tell me, is this one true or false? Before I was called Craze24, my nickname was Crazy Yacht.
Yeah, that's true, 100% true.
Brilliant.
Foundation.
Brilliant. It's written here that you once did 4,000 push-ups in one day.
Yep, that's 100% true.
4,000 push-ups in one day. Do you want to break that down?
It took me a long time, let's just say that. Like I started in the morning when I woke up, and I finished just with the last thing I done before I went to sleep was my press-ups. The first thing I done was press-ups, and throughout the whole day that was it. And I was in a place where I didn't have much to do.
Yeah.
So it was about training and conditioning, you know, and I just focused. I read Charles Bronson, I don't know if you know who he is, but I read his book and I saw that he done 2,000 press-ups in a day. Yes, it was like, okay, that's 2,000 press-ups, and he's supposed to be the strong guy, blah, blah, blah. So let me double that and see if I can do it. And I done it. Yeah.
Interesting. I'll tell you a little story about Charles Bronson. It ain't as hard as he makes out, you know. I know a couple of my mates was banged up with him, yeah, and in the can, Charles Bronson, he's a bit of a meow, you know what I mean? So don't believe the hype, you know what I mean? And that's a true story, you know what I mean? I can tell you a few stories about.
I'm just happy that he gave me the inspiration to do the 4,000.
Well, if he done 2,000, you could definitely do 4,000. So this is an interesting one. You once smoked a spliff with Biggie Smalls after sneaking into a Tim Westwood event.
Yeah. When I was young, kind of reckless, we snuck into Westwood, I think it was in UN, and cut a long story short, after being chased around the club by the security for a long time, we managed to settle, linger, and chill, and we were smoking, and then we turned around and Biggie was there, and then boom, we started interacting from there. Bang. Straight up.
Brilliant. What a story. And I wonder if it's right to our song on on TV. How was the piff?
Well, I had the weed.
So you.
I mean, I was like, boom, you know, yeah, he's in our town.
Go on. I got one more, and then we're gonna have a little summarise. I'm gonna ask Big Ven to give us a positive inspirational message to our youngsters. Yeah, right. So I got one more for you, Crazy, and I'm gonna ask you to give us a message. So this one made me laugh. I have to ask you if it's true.
Yeah.
Is it true, yeah, that you get brain freeze when you laugh?
Yeah, if I laugh too much. If I laugh too much, like I really laugh, I get brain freeze, just like if you drink a cold drink. Yeah. So that's God saying, stop laughing. No, I don't know, I don't understand it. Doctors do not understand it, no one understands it, but it's what happens.
Well, proper brain freeze.
I swear down, proper brain freeze, real talk.
Say no more. Well, there you go.
Let me laugh too much.
There you go. Ace got talk, yeah. Our Fui show. 5 things you didn't know about Craze 24. Right. So Big Ven, the legendary. See the big man here? Big Ven, you know. The legendary Big Ven, community activist, holding down South East 24, you know, from 19 all along, all through COVID, come right up there. Once again, Always Progress is the organisation. I know you're both actively involved in that organisation. So guys, if you're interested and you want to get behind these guys and support what they're doing, or you want to check out their website, it's alwaysprogress.info. Right? But Big Ven, just tell the viewers, give the youth them some inspiration, because I know you're a man, you work with a lot. Give them something for the camera, straight in the lens there, sir.
All right, listen, this is what I'm saying to the younger generation. Differently, don't let anybody convince you or devalue you in any way, because you're invaluable. Yeah, share potential, and it's for you to tap into that, and man will support you and guide you in doing that. And number one, you know, win or learn, it's always progress. Yeah, so always progress, always move forward. It's nothing. That's what we do.
Let me say something.
Brilliant. I want to run that one. You're going to come in next, Crazy, but I want to run that one by them again, because that one, it was sweet. Drop that one again, my brother. Win or lose, it's always progress. Break that down, my brother.
Listen, win or learn, it's always progress, yeah? Because even if you don't win, you always learn to come back stronger next time. The real failure is when you don't pick up yourself to go again.
Brilliant.
Yeah? All right.
And that's almost what I was going to say.
Brilliant. And Craze 24, man, give us some gems, my G.
Well, I was going to almost say what Ven said. I was almost going to say what Ven said there. Come on. My brother stole it. Or not even stole it, but it's natural. But what I'm saying is, don't be scared to fail, innit? Like, you learn every time you fail. So you've got to experience new things. And a lot of us don't experience new things because we're insecure on failure. So failing's good, yeah? Trust me, you learn. You don't lose, you learn.
Brilliant. Ace got talk, so I'm going to wrap this one up, yeah? I'm going to just bounce off my two brothers from another mother, and I'm going to say straight, if you're not failing, you ain't trying hard enough. Ace got talk. I'll say it again, right? If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. Ace got talk. You heard it here first. I'm down here, Southeast 24, with two legends, the giant Big Ven and Craze 24. Always Progress. You heard it here first, brothers. Do you know what, my brother? God bless you. Thank you very much. Craze 24, always love. You know what I mean? And guys, join us here next week. You know, north, south, east, west. Last week we was in northwest 10. This week we're in southwest 24. Next week, Ace got talk. Our Fui show. We're coming to a city near you.
Boom.
Salute.
And salute the man behind the camera.
Right, so the cameraman's waving at me saying Southeast 14, Southeast 14. I'll do that. Ace got talk, right? North, south, east, west. Last week we was in northwest 10. This week we're in SC 24.
SC 14. 14.
You do it.
Yeah, SC 14. That's over there. Yeah, boom.
Finish. Say north, south, east, west.
North, south, east, west. All over London. Yeah. This week we're in South London. Where are we next week?
Coming to a town near
We're coming to a town near you. So we see you soon. Yeah, big up everyone. Thanks for your support. And big up the man behind the camera.
Don't know. Wicked.
Yeah, so we need to link.